Hey everybody, and welcome back to Investment Honey, where we talk about various crypto projects. Before we begin, as always, a couple of reminders that I'm not your financial advisor and we never provide any investment advice on this channel ever. So with that being said, if you're new, thank you so much for joining and for supporting the channel and the series. Glad to have you. And if you're somebody that's been with us somewhere along the way, or you join us from the very beginning, thank you so much for continuing to follow what's going on here in the series, amongst all your options, on YouTube. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take a look at here at Fart Mommy. And the reason why we're taking a look at it is because if you look, this alert was set like 16 days ago. So we're going all the way back into January, as far as this one's concerned. We found it at 255K, as you can see, on their current market cap. Basically, they're around the same area, but what's important to note here, if we go ahead and we come back out a little bit, is that, actually I'll go back to the 4-hour, is that, obviously, we would have found it somewhere around here. It retraced pretty heavily, and then you can see it's kind of round tripped, so even going beyond, the found market cap, just highlighting this one because, you can see there's been a lot of movement, and if you've had real conviction on this one, you've been able to go ahead and kind of, see it at its worst here at the bottom levels and see it return, back to peak levels, which we don't always see, in these tokens, so even though we don't see any activity going on here on the 5-minute and nothing really going on the 1-hour either, there still appears to be, some decent interest, in this particular token. So a lot of times, when we've got tokens that are just sitting and I've just kind of lost interest, I'll go ahead and remove the alerts, but this is one that I did keep, so wanted to highlight, that, this one did, bottom out pretty badly. And then for some reason out of nowhere, and, it could have been, that I think yesterday was like National Fart Day or something like that, so that could have also re-engaged interest, in this token. That could have been the catalyst. Not really sure, but definitely wanted to go ahead and put this one back on your radar just in case anybody is following along with this one. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and close this one out, and we're essentially just going to go straight into discovery today, and what I also want to highlight for you guys, don't always do this, but we're going to highlight, this particular site here. So, and this is gmgn.ai. So the reason why I highlight this site is because you got a bunch of useful tools that you can use, as you navigate this particular site, so, and you've got a lot of different options here, for meme. You can see the stuff that's been just newly created, what's completing the bonding curve, and what has completed the bonding curve. You can also go ahead and you can filter the stuff, here with at least a social, top 10 holders, seeing if the dev hasn't sold yet, seeing if the dev did sell, seeing if the dev, burnt any tokens, and you've got different options, here as well that you can go ahead and filter, use to filter what tokens you're seeing, because you'll have a lot of stuff that's coming in pretty quickly. New creations, what's completing, what's soaring. So these are the ones that are really moving, what's completed, so, and that's just a little bit of what's going on here. What I'm going to use this for today is we're going to take a look at some tokens, and then I'll show you, what I want to point out to you as far as this particular site is concerned as I bring this one up, or put this on your radar. So first things first, we've already got our configuration, already set up, so I don't need to do anything there. And then filters here, we're going to go ahead and focus on Solana. So we're going to save that, and then we're going to go to Radium as far as our DEX. I'm going to save that. And then liquidity, as always, we're going to leave that at 1,000. Market cap, we'll go to 50, and then we'll set this at 150. Okay, and then pair age, we'll go 1 to, I don't know, we'll go 1 to 100 hours. Okay, and then on the 24-hour change, we're going to go ahead and do 10% on our minimum. So we click apply. We're going to go ahead and make sure that we've got this column ticked, which does show descending, so we have, our greatest gains all the way down, to at least 10%, which is what we want to see. Okay, and as always, another reminder, anytime you see this box with a question mark, we tend to avoid those kind of tokens. Sometimes they do well, a lot of times they don't, so we tend to avoid them as far as, what we're doing here in the series. So we can take, Toby the side-eyed dog. Let's just go ahead and take that one. Let's just make sure that the chart is looking all right. So looking at the chart, this is obviously just newly launched, but we can see the big launch candle. That's going to give you your 11,000%. And then we can see there's just some retracement going on. We got some ads, and the boosts. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the address here. And for some reason, if I was just to go ahead and paste this in here, it's not going to bring up the token that I'm looking for. See, click on that, and it's not bringing it up. And by the way, you can also check wallets, here as well, if you're into copy trading. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into Telegram, and then I'm going to go into the sniper bot. I'm going to go ahead and paste the CAN here, and then it'll bring it up. And so I'll copy the contract, here. You could also take this into, TTF bot and do the same thing, but sniper bot is, faster. And plus, a lot of times I don't take you guys into Maestro to kind of let you see what it looks like, but this is what it looks like. So we are going here, I'm copying this, and then I'm coming back out to the browser, and then I can post it in, and for some reason now to bring it up. So I don't really know why it does that, but it does that. So it's a little convoluted if you ask me, why I can't just copy the CA, from Dexscreener. I guess the other thing that I could do, now that I'm thinking about it, I could just go over here and I could copy this, which should be the token, totally should be the token. If I copy it here, and I didn't try this, but I'm trying it with you guys, here on as I'm recording. Let's see if it brings it up. Okay, so it brings it up there. So you can't copy it, from up here, which I personally think is easier. You have to actually go down. So you'll start up here. You got to go down, and you've got to go to go not the pair, not soul, but you'll have to go here and copy that address. Then once you do that, you can come in here and then bring up the token. Now, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because I want you to see there are things you can see here, this information right here. But what I like is when you come down, let's get this out of the way. You come down here. Now, usually it'll give me some information that's not giving me right now. So let me pause this because I'm looking for a better token to go ahead and show you what I want to show you. Okay, so I looked and I could not get this thing to give me the information I wanted it to give me. So it's going to try to make a liar out of me. But either way, ultimately, it's basically going to give you like a little summary up here, but I can't get it to generate it. I've tried a few different contracts, but it won't work. So, but here's, either way, even though I'm not going to be able to give you the summary, you can still click on each one of these. And the reason why this site is kind of important is because it'll tell you, whether there are any insiders. This one is just about connecting wallets, so I don't ever worry about this. And this will give you some dev information, top wallet information, snipers, fresh wallet information, whales, any coals. We got smart money, here. So it gives you a lot of different information that I really haven't seen provided, on any other platform similar to GMGN.ai. Plus, the other reason why this is, pretty important is because it covers a lot of different, chains. So if you got a contract you want to take a look at, one, you got to make sure that you got the right chain selected, and then you can go ahead and put the CA in. And it's kind of annoying, but every time you switch the chain, it's going to bring you back out to this. You can connect, through your Telegram. I don't ever do, because I don't really use the site a lot. I just don't find that I need to, but there was a time, where I did use this site a lot. And they also have a Telegram as well. And, I do find that pretty useful at times, but like I said, this site, I did want to at least put this on your radar, just so that you're aware that you can choose different chains. And, whenever you take a look at a CA, it does give you a lot of different tabs to give you some information. On the chart, it will also tell you, if the dev bought, if the dev sold, that kind of thing, as well. So just putting that, on your radar so that you're aware if you're somebody not familiar with the GMGN.ai website, So in terms of additional like research, and evaluation, as you're looking at different tokens before you may decide to proceed or engage, with that particular token, I do find that. And like I said, there was a time when I used the website more, but I tend to use the Telegram more, but I'm just putting the website on your radar just in case you're not familiar with it. There are probably plenty of you that are familiar with it, but there probably are, guaranteed, somebody's going to come across this video and has never heard, of GMGN.ai. So Like I said, just wanted to go ahead and mention that for you, and let you kind of know, the filtering that you can do and the different things that you can get in terms of information through the utilization, of that particular website. So with that being said, we've got Toby here. I don't know that I'm going to keep this one, but for now, we'll keep it out just because they do have a Telegram. So we're going to go ahead and start, opening some tokens up and seeing what we got going on. Caesar, Crypto Caesar, sure, we'll open this one up. And let's see what else we got here. Miss Peaches. I talked about this one the other day, but I don't know that we actually took a look at it, so I'll open it up. And let's see here. Oscar, I saw this one just launched not that long ago. That one's been doing pretty good. Actually, you know what? I don't know if this is the same one because the one that I saw actually made it to 1 million. So if it is the same one, it's retraced quite a bit. Harry BOLZ Bowles. This one's been like a trending topic all day. Has something to do with Elon. I think it was like a name change or something that took place. And so all of a sudden you started seeing these tokens popping up everywhere. I'm not going to worry about it. I called one, on the main channel, on Crimson's calls, on the BSC chain, but and I think I called it in the 60K kind of, area, but that one kind of just went, it wet the bed, later on, so I'm not sure how much, attention is really being paid, to this particular theme today, but I got a feeling that it's probably not going to last much longer than today. So let's see here. We got Captain Soul. Let's see here. Looking for something with some positive volume. Let's take a look at this Curry token. All right. And let's see what else. What else? All right. I think that's going to do okay on that filter. So, or on that market cap filter, 151. That's what we're going to look at. And then we're going to go out to 300. Okay. So there we go. And let's see here. Looking for some stuff with some volume. So let's see here. So I'm going to do something a little different because I'm actually looking. I know I've got the 24-hour volume, but I'm actually looking for stuff that right now that's actually got some 5-minute volume going for it. And you can always adjust these. Typically this would be the first video where I've gone ahead and I moved it from the 24-hour to the 5-minute, but it's making it a little bit easier for me to go ahead and look around. So we're going to take a look, at Eternal. This one, Love Coin. We'll take a look at that one since we got, Valentine's Day coming up. So we'll start to see some more, Love, Cupid, that kind of stuff, those kind of tokens, showing up. And let's see, No Dev AI. Sure, we'll take a look at that one. Let's see here. Okay, that one we just opened up. And anything else? Okay, let's see what we got going on with these. Okay, so we definitely want to make sure this one looks like a rug and we don't get any telegrams. We're not looking at that. We do get a telegram here. Let's go to the 15 minutes. All right, this looks okay. Peach, that we got a telegram there. 15-minute, 1 hour. Looks like it could be trying to come back up from the bottom. Definitely take a look at that one. This one, yeah. So yeah, this is the same one. So this is the one that you can see strong climb up, and then it almost touched 2 million. And so, now we're back here in the 100K area. So yeah, this one really retraced pretty hard, but it looks like there's still some interest and activity going on. So we'll continue to keep an eye on this one. I think they had a telegram, right? Okay, good. Curry token. Let's see here. This one looks pretty decent as far as the chart's concerned. And this one, we do not get a telegram, so we're going to leave that one alone. This one, the Love token, we do get a telegram. We're going to keep this one open. I think this one, yeah, this one came out of Pump Fun, but I saw another token that was kind of like this in this writing, but it was a Valentine coin, so, or it was named Valentine coin. So No Dev. Let's see here. We get a telegram. And on the 1 hour, 15 minutes. So maybe they might be trying to go ahead and come back out of this bottom area. Well, we'll see. And then we got Toby. Okay, so let's see here. I want to see if I can get any more before we're done looking around. So we're going to go 301. And we're going to go to 500. And we're going to keep it on that. Oh my gosh. I put 5 million. That's not what we want. Okay, there we are. So we're going to take a look at this one. I don't even know what that is. The United States of America. So I thought we had a USA token up here, didn't we? All right. So we're going to. Nope, that one's a duplicate. So I'm not. Remember, guys, I don't really concern myself with the duplicates. Let's see here. I don't know what this is. So we're going to open it up. Okay, so here we go. We're going to take a look at these two. This one looks like it's trying to come back up, but there is no Telegram. And then this one, no Telegram either. So, okay, this is where we're at. So these are the ones we're going to go and take a look at. So let's just go ahead and start to head into the Telegram channels and see what we got. So we do get a verification portal. Looks like a play off of, Caesar's Pizza. They got to have, okay, so good. When you get in this one, if you choose to take a look at it, you got to do 2 verifications. So right now we can see the last buy was at 5:31. That's 3 minutes ago. So, I mean, because this video is coming out a bit later today. And let's see, we're looking for signs of trending. We're looking for some rating going on. We don't see any signs of either one of those going on. Okay, so let's see what's going on here in the pin messages. Some stuff on X. Okay, bunch of X. Okay, and again, play off of Little Caesars. So I do think that's kind of cool. All right. Okay. So at this point, we're going to head on back out because I don't see anything else going on here. And I don't see any kind of boosts. I don't see any ads being paid for. So for this one in particular, I think this one's going to be coming down just because you got nothing to go ahead and continue to serve as any kind of catalyst to keep it moving forward. So don't really see any point to setting any alerts for this one. If you want to go ahead and take a look at this one, you certainly always can. Just go ahead and copy what's going on up here. Okay, so we're going to copy it, go into your search bar, paste it in, and then all you're doing is matching up your 1 hour, 24 hour in the market cap. So we're looking at 82K. There we go. On the 1 hour, looking at -7. On the 24 hour, looking at 413. That means this is our token because that information lines up with what we see over here in the right-hand corner. That's how you follow along with me if you want to, look at the same tokens. Because I don't leave the contract addresses in the in the description of any video that I do. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and close this one out. And we got Peaches here. So they're sitting at 78K market cap. And we're going to go ahead and take a look, in their channel. This is a CTO. All right. So, and that's what I've told you guys before. Some CTOs, work out really well. A lot of them don't. A lot of them really, are not very well coordinated. So just keep that in mind. They do have a verification button. So we're going to go and click on that. And then we can see over 1,000 members here in the Telegram. Now this is showing a market cap that does not represent the actual token that we're looking at, right? So keep that in mind, that sometimes when you come in here, and this is going to be a real easy way to show right away that the CTO is not active, that this is one that's not, that they're not even doing anything with this token anymore. When you've got this kind of stuff going on, it just means somebody's going ahead and showing a buy bot in here. And especially when you're not able to go ahead and talk in here or do anything, you got this kind of stuff going on. It just means that the team's already gone ahead and given up on this one. So what we're going to do, we're not going to worry about this one because somebody clearly has gone ahead and taken over, this particular coin. So if you click on the Telegram here, it goes straight to jail stool, right? So, and really should have picked that up right away, when we came in here. But I was talking about how some CTOs are, garbage and some aren't. So somebody has obviously already gone ahead and taken this one over. So that means this one, there's no Telegram, for Miss Peaches, because obviously whenever you click on the link here, it takes you to a completely different coin, right? So this is one where this is probably going to end up heading back down because there's no way to engage with the community. And this is stuff you're going to come across, guys. You just have to simply pay attention. And if you see that, there's no way that this, even if you're looking at this thinking, wow, it's at the bottom, if it keeps going up, it really wouldn't have to move that much for me to make any gains. The point is that I'm making is that there's no Telegram community to even engage with this. So if somebody's, linking up with this, you saw it, we picked this up directly from Dexscreener, but whoever decided to take over this one, when they put the links in for Dexscreener to update, the link actually takes you to a completely different coin, so think of it like clickbait, right? So at the end of the day, this one is going to go down. It's not going to go up. if you put any money into it, and you guys know that we never encourage you guys to invest in this channel, but if you do, you're not going to make anything, because obviously this is taking you to a coin that has nothing to do with this dog. So we're going to go ahead and close this out. We're going to go to Oscar now. Hopefully we get some better luck out of this one as far as the portal is concerned. So here we go. We're in the portal, and we can see right away Oscar CTO. So what do we got going on right away? We can see that there's evidence of a raid. They're looking for 7 bookmarks, 7 reposts, 7 replies, and 30 likes. All right, so the only thing they're still working on right now, they're still trying to get replies and likes. We see that they've got some spam here in the channel. Hopefully they're going to go ahead and take care of that. But if the team, the moderators here are not taking care of business in terms of removing spam right away, that can also be seen as a bearish kind of sign. Looking at a token that went on a really, really strong run, now is at the bottom, and when you're not taking care of spam right away, then that communicates to people coming into the chat that, you know what, hey, this might not be one that I want to engage with. So I'm not so sure that this is going to be one that we're going to go ahead and follow, just because if they're allowing this kind of spam in the chat and they're not taking care of it, why would you go ahead and want to put your money into this? So now they said user was banned. Okay, so let's see here, deban. Now let's see, did they take care? Okay, so that's what we want to see. They banned the person, that was throwing that spam around here in the chat, which is exactly what you want to see. You want to see the team actively moderating, any of that nonsense taking place in the channel. Now for this one, they say that they're trending. They're number 3. Let's go ahead and check it out. We should see number 3 is Oscar the Gorilla, so we do see that, which is positive. Okay, and on the buy bots, we should see new holders. We don't want to just see people increasing their position, right? So that's another new holder. This one, they're increasing the amount of tokens they hold. All right, so as far as that's concerned, again, good to see that there's active moderation. Good to see that they've got a raid going. Good to see that they are currently trending. Those are the kind of things that you do want to see, and to me, those are positive signals as far as a CTO is concerned, as far as a token is concerned, especially one that's gone on a strong run and is now trying to recover, from the bottom floors. As far as what they've got going on, here in their pinned messages. There's some X information here. They got an X account coming in, as well as their official website. They're going to move forward, with updating Dex tools. Good to see them communicating with the community. They got articles here, so good to see some information, here in the pinned messages. So we're going to head on back out, and then we're going to close this one up. And we can see here, this could be the start, of an uptrend. Especially since they're still getting some buys, which is exactly what you want to see, especially at the bottom levels. We can also see that they've got hot pairs number 28. Okay, and so the minuses, really don't look too bad. Minus 26%, on the 5 minute, and then minus 55 on the 1 hour. I think if they get into those 60, 70, 80%, areas in the minus, that might be reason for concern. But for right now, continuing to just go ahead and see what's going on, in their main channel, and then also seeing what's going on here in the chart. Again, sometimes when we're at these bottom levels, it can be, kind of testy kind of waters, where you just kind of dip your toes into the pond just to go ahead and see, if there's going to be a ton of sell pressure countering the buys that come in. But we're not seeing big dumps, of people offloading tokens, here, even at these levels. So I think it makes sense on this one to go ahead and set a couple of alerts, So right now we're looking at 150 over here in this area, but we're looking at 122 here in the tab. So I'm going to go with the tab as far as setting our alerts. And so on the over, let's go ahead and put our found market cap. It's going to be at 122. So on the over, let's go ahead. We're not going to set any large deviations from the found market cap. So we're just going to set it at 140. Remember, these are just indicators. Once these trigger, if they trigger, kind of let you know. Let's go ahead and take a look back at the chart again, and let's see, does it make sense to go ahead and take an entry or not, and so forth. So I'm going to set that at 140K, and then on the under, all right, we're pasting in our found market cap. We're going to go to 90K. All right, so let's see if either of those trigger. Remember, guys, on these videos, if they do trigger, I can typically see it on my phone, but they don't. We don't see, those flags, that come in at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen as far as triggering an alert. during the recording. So we're never going to see them while I'm recording. But like I said, they are still triggering. I just can't see them while I'm recording. So just be aware of that. So that's going to be Oscar. So we're going to leave this one. Now we're going to move into Stephen Curry token. Okay, the chart looks pretty decent. We're going to take a look here. So with that being said, I think it makes sense to set an under alert on this one, just considering where the candle is. So we're looking at 95K on this one. So we're going to go to market cap. The under alerts. All right, so there's 95K. Going to set our under at 70K. All right, let's see if that triggers. All right, now we're looking at the Love coin. So let's take a look in their channel, see what they got going on. Okay, so this is a CTO. All right, just over 960 members. They do have a VC going on, 8 members, not too bad. All right, and let's see here. Looking for the last buy activity, that was at 5:45. So that is just outside, my 10-minute window. We want to see more activity. So for some of you guys, you may consider it to just be, well, it's just 1 minute outside of it. And I get that argument, but again, I tend to stay pretty strict, within that 10-minute window that I want to see buys coming in within 10 minutes. This one's outside of that, so that means I'm not going to follow this one. But if you guys want to follow this one, you are more than welcome to do that. Now, let's see here. We're going to go out to NoDev AI. And this one's still kind of hanging out in this arena, so I can already tell you, if everything checks out in the Telegram, I will want to probably set a deviation, beyond the found market cap of probably around 30 to 40,000, so that I can actually see them actively getting out of this area and seeing evidence that, somebody isn't just waiting for buys to kind of peak up before they decide to dump all the tokens. So I'm going to take a look, in the channel here, and we get a verification portal, which is always good to see. We got over 5,400 members in this channel. We got some spam right away. Want to see that there's active moderation, so obviously that's already gone, which is positive. That's exactly what we want to see. Not seeing buys yet. Okay, so this is saying, 538. So this is also, outside of my 10-minute buy window. So I want to see buys within 10 minutes. And like I said, I stay pretty strict on that, so if that's not for you, that's okay. You guys can go ahead and set your own standard for whatever the buy window is for you in terms of, continuing to follow a token. But for me, as I said before, if it's not within 10 minutes, I'm not interested. So, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and leave this one as well. And you guys are more than welcome to go ahead and try to follow this one. All you got to do is do what I showed you before. Copy it, put it in there, match up some information, and there you go. Okay, so we're going to close this one out. And then we got Toby here. So Toby, we're going to check out the channel, see what they got going on. So side-eye, and I've seen another one of these side-eye dog tokens, do pretty well. But that was some time ago, so I don't know about now. But either way, this one's at 548 as far as the last buy. That's within my 10-minute buy window. Want to see some active moderation here, so hopefully they'll take care of that spam right away as we're taking a look at the channel. And let's see here, looking for evidence of raids. Okay, so we see more spam, so unfortunately I'm not thinking there's active moderation in here, which to me, that's kind of a bearish signal as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, we're not going to go ahead and mess with this one. There's no active moderation. It doesn't really matter to me if there's still buys coming in. People are going to go ahead and put their money into a token. They want to know that the team's actually active. And if the team's just letting spam come into the channel, to me, you're not actually caring about the fact that as a holder, or as somebody interested in jumping into investing into a token, that you're not taking care or respecting, that holders want to know that you're taking care of the channel. When a channel looks better to people who aren't already in the channel or people that are coming to the channel, if you don't care about that kind of stuff, to me, that's not the kind of token I want to be associated with, and neither should you. So in my personal opinion. So I'm going to go back out here, and that's going to do it in regards to covering that set. So let's see where we're at in terms of time, and then we'll make a decision as to whether we continue on, or close out this particular video. Okay, so here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to take a look, at the other chains, see if we get anything going on there. So we're going to move out of Solana, and we're going to see if maybe we can pick up a few more tokens to go ahead and talk about, and then we'll just leave it there for the day. So I'm going to go 50,000. I'm going to leave 500,000 there, and then we're going to click apply and see what we got. All right, so 24-hour. Let's see what's going on here in the 5-minute. I can still monitor the 24-hour. I just want to see for the purposes of finding some tokens quickly. You know, he's got some volume going on. Cure the Frog, sure, we'll open you up. And this one, Good Vibes, sure, we'll open you up. And this one, let's see, what's this? Sure, we'll open you up as well. Okay, so nothing real crazy in terms of, you know, big volume, you know, but we got some stuff going on here. All right, so this one, obviously, you know, the chart looks pretty decent. They got a Telegram. And interestingly enough, you know, it's on the BSC chain. Like I said, I called a token on the BSC chain earlier today, and there was just, like, it just didn't do anything. You know, this one has a Telegram. Okay, this is an ETH-based token. And this one's got a Telegram as well. You know, so this one's, all right, so we got 3 we can go ahead and look at and see what's going on. So let's do that real quick. Okay, so verification portal, positive, over 500 members. In the channel, we get evidence of a raid right away. Good progress indicator here. They're looking for 29 bookmarks, 17 replies, 54 retweets, and 53 likes. And they're making some progress on this with only 531 members in the group, which is, to me, a positive signal. But we know raids alone can't keep charts moving. So we got an X information. They're saying a good audit. Okay, trending number 6 on Dexscreener. All right, so there's some good things going on here. You know, so and it looks like, you know, since we've been here, 5 additional messages have come in, 6. You know, so to me, the optics of that is that there is an active community. There's activity going on here on the channel. So it looks pretty good as far as I'm concerned, you know, as far as first glance coming into the channel. If we head back on out here, we're going to close this out. And like I said, the chart looks pretty decent, you know, but again, if I was going to set an alert on this one, it'd probably be an under, just because, you know, I don't really care for, you know, throwing a buy-in at the top of a candle, you know, but you guys know, you know, I'm a Maestro user, you know, so I've mentioned before, if you think the chart's going to continue to go up, you know, but at some time, like I said before, you know, or not before, but in other videos, all charts that come up, they always come back down, you know, right? So you can always throw a couple of bucks, you know, at the top of this chart. You can go ahead and go through Maestro, utilize that buy dip function, set your threshold, whatever amount of buy you want to go ahead and make sure that you gets employed, you know, on that chart, you know, when it triggers, you know, through the bot. So now you got Maestro watching the chart, and you've also got Dexscreener watching the chart based on the alerts that we set, right? And so when it comes back down, if it triggers upon the threshold that you set, then you automatically got to buy, you know, on the chart at a lower entry than looking at something up here. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and set an alert on this one. This is sitting at 271 on the market cap. So we're going to go over here to market cap, and on the under, we're going to go to, I don't know, we're going to see if it maybe triggers at 240. Okay, so and 271 is going to be the note that we're going to make as far as the found market cap is concerned. So okay, so here we go. So we got that. We're going to see if it triggers or not. And then here we're looking at God's Vibe. So we're going to take a look at the channel, see what they got going on. So, okay, so here we go. Verification, 267 members in the channel. And this is, okay, so what? This is saying what, base? Let me go back out here just to be sure. Let's see. So yes, this is a base token. All right, so we're gonna go back over here. And what was that? Okay, so buy just came in 553, which is positive, right? I like their buy bot, you know, here. I think this looks pretty good. Let's see here. Any evidence of any kind of rating going on? Typically, we'd already know that by now, based on the amount of scrolling I'm doing. So no evidence of a raid. Any kind of trending going on? Not seeing any active trending taking place right now. We'll take a look, you know, here in the pinned messages. They did pay for 100x boost, you know, so they paid some pretty good, you know, money for that. Team just chipped in together to pay for, okay, for the boost, which is positive. So this is the only pinned message. Typically, I like to go ahead and see more, you know, more communication, you know, with the community. But it is positive that they're communicating that they did come together to pay for the boost, you know. So you don't always see teams, you know, do that. Typically, a lot of them are relying on the community to go ahead and pay for those boosts, you know, if they don't have an active marketing wallet. So we're going to head back on out, and then we can see there's the boost, and ads have also been paid for as well. Keep in mind, base tokens, you know, tend to move a little bit slower, you know, nothing unusual there. And they've got evidence, you know, here of a volume bots, you know, as well. So there are some things taking place in terms of helping this token get some more exposure, which is good for anybody obviously holding tokens. Now, given where the candle's at, you know, I mean, it's not at a peak, you know, but I'd like to personally, if I was going to take an entry, see a lower entry on this, you know, but depending on movement here, if we don't really get some, you know, other buys outside of the volume bot, then this will come down more than likely. And so what you can do, you can obviously go through Maestro, set that function in there if you want to go and throw a couple of bucks in at this point on the chart. But we're also going to go ahead and set the alert here. Now we're looking at 105K, and this is saying 104K here in the tab. So we're going to go 104 as far as our found market cap note. And tell you what, we will go ahead and we'll set 2 alerts on this one. So on the over, let's go ahead and let's set this at 115. So not a big deviation from the found market cap. And then on the under, okay, on the under, we're going to go ahead and set this at 80K. Okay, so a bit larger deviation, as far as the, what we want to see it trigger at, from the found market cap. Okay, so we'll see if either of those trigger, as far as that's concerned. And then here on this one, which is Fabian, or Fabian, I don't even know. Let's go ahead and take a look at the channel, see what they got going on. So it's a Discord style since everything's over here in the tab. So going to the general here, bunch of messages. We can see right away they've got evidence, of a raid. And they've completed most of the raids. They only need 2 more replies to finish the raid, which is good to see, activity, from the community. So trending, they got base trending. We're going to see if they're active on the leaderboard. So it should be number 9. Okay, yep, there they are. Okay, so that's good to see. Where were we? All right, so I'm going to have to go back over here. Okay, so we're going to go to general. And so they got trending, they got a raid going. Let's see here. And they say an advertisement on Dexscreener is paid for, so they paid for an ad at one point, as well. Twitter certified, they got the blue check, so they're working, to me, in my personal opinion, on trying to, get some additional exposure for the token to, obviously, as a byproduct, move it on the market cap, right? So they're listed on Flues and CoinRanker, so that's more in terms of marketing and getting some exposure, for the token. There's some good things going on as far as I'm concerned, in this token. Now, even in spite of positive signals, doesn't mean that the token's going to continue to go up, obviously, because there are buyers and sellers, right? So we've seen some tokens pay for some pretty big boosts and didn't do anything on the chart, so this chart doesn't look too bad, looks kind of balanced in terms of buys and sells. The minuses here in this area don't look bad at all. I think it makes sense to go and set 2 alerts on this one. We can see a volume bot going on here as well. So we're going to go to market cap, and we can see we're at 143K. The tab is telling us 169, so I'm actually going to set it at 169. So as we know, this will always catch up to whatever this is saying. So, all right, so here we go. And on the over, we're going to put this at 180K. And then on the under, let's see here. Oops, should be 169. 169. Okay. And then on the under, we're going to go ahead and put this at, we're going to go to 125. Okay. So we'll see if either of those trigger. Okay. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and close this out, come back into it. Because sometimes it'll catch up, after you open and close. So, but we saw some different numbers change, but again, it hasn't caught up yet, but it will. So either way, with that being said, that's going to go ahead and do it for us today in regards to the Dexscreener series video for today. So as always, I appreciate you guys checking in, with the channel, continue to follow the series. We're more than 50 days in, almost 60 days into this series, which is incredible. And, if you know anybody that can get some value, out of what we're talking about here, in this series, a lot of folks go ahead and talk about Dexscreener, but they don't actually take you through how to use it. They certainly aren't taking you through their filters and going through tokens, each day like we do here. So with that being said, if you know somebody that can get some value out of this channel, make sure that you share the channel with them, let them know what we're doing here in the series. And if you're not yet currently subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so, along with any other channels associated with the Investment Honey brand and Crimson Calls as well. Thanks so much for watching. As always, you guys stay safe out there, and I'll see you on the next video.